It was a truly balmy spring day at Johannesburg Zoo when everyone interested in the friends of the feathered kind swooped in to catch the early worm or feather their nest with the latest toy.
Others too strutted their stuff in a fashion show to show off the latest in practical adornment. Just perfect for those days when you're out in the bush or when you want to bring the bush back to the city.
Or even into the studio.
The get-up and boogie sounds of the Mary Malahlehle Primary School Band entice passers-by to the scene to shop till you drop or browse to your heart's content. It's obviously all to do with birding, so who's responsible and why?
What happened was everybody decided to have a birding fair at the zoo this year. So Africa Birds and Birding booked one date and BirdLife booked another date, and then we started getting together and talking to each other, and we discovered that everybody was planning a bird fair in September, so we decided to combine them all and do it all together.
Our objective at Africa Birds and Birding has always been to popularise the hobby of bird watching, and internationally it's one of the fastest growing pastimes in the world, and here in South Africa it's popular too, but amongst a fairly small group of people who are passionate about it, and so one of our objectives has always been to bring it to a wider audience. If you're interested in wildlife, birds are just so accessible, and that's the point of it. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in your office in the centre of town, look out and you can see a pigeon. And pigeons are fascinating if you take the time to watch them. Or a thrush in the garden, or a little dove. And birds are everywhere. And if they're not there, it's a pretty sure indication that there's something seriously wrong with the environment. So they are wonderful indicators, and from a conservation point of view, I've always believed that if you save the birds, if you look after the birds, you've pretty well looked after everything.
Ooh, that's a cool toy. So now where would you use it? Eddie Kasani gives us an idea.
At Morikeli National Park, we've got the luxury tented camp, we've got the rustic bush camp, and we've got the best caravan and camping site anywhere in Africa. Believe you me, and Morikeli National Park is the most scenic park in all of Africa. It could never have been achieved without Sasol. The Morikeli birding breakaway could not have been possible if it wasn't for the sponsorship from Sasol at all.
Today is a relaxed Saturday. Yesterday was a hectic Friday hosting hundreds of learners. Jeff Lockwood tells us more.
Through the different bird clubs, I typically talk to probably several hundred people every year. Yesterday alone, I talked to probably 800 school kids from black communities around Johannesburg. So from my point of view, this was a fantastic opportunity. It really gave us a chance to contact people who we don't normally interact with on birding. Also, when you look at the overall events around the bird fair here, obviously because it's a combined event, because you've got people supplying binoculars, books, lectures, talks, all sorts of people around the subject of birds in one place, we're able to draw a whole new group of people into the birding community, and that would not be possible without somebody like Sasol sponsoring an event like this. We just wouldn't have the financial backing and the sort of infrastructural backing that Sasol has provided for the project.
Another beautiful form of music was provided by the Kawani Montu String Quartet, who prepared the stage for the day's highlight. But in the meantime, there was still time to check out all the stall's offerings, as well as take a snack or just chill out, planning or dreaming about the next time you're out and about, what you're going to wear, where you're going to go to, what you're going to see, how you're going to see it, and again, what you're going to wear. We took the opportunity to have a quick chat to Chris Levin, who describes his latest brainchild, the Feather Couture clothing collection.
This is really the sort of Sasol collection, is what it's known as. And it's been wonderful for me and inspiring. And what it really is too is taking inspiration from the men's bush shirt and developing it further into women's wear, and also these are not clothes that can only be worn in the bush at all. It's very much the bush coming to the city as well. So I think good clothing has to be functional, and it has to work and has to travel, because so many people travel. And yes, so that was my thinking behind it. It is made of 100% pure cotton, South African produced, which is what a bush shirt normally is made of. And so I did the entire collection in that, of course, except the last one, which was a bit of fluff and fantasy.
I reckon you'd look pretty perched in your seat with a Chris Levin feather couture shirt and pants. We are negotiating with Chris to have this range of clothing available for purchasing in the coming months.
Good, because it's a really stunning range of clothing. But there was a lot more than just birding, wasn't there? I think the awareness of birds evolves into the awareness of nature and how all things are interdependent.
True, true. Well, as all things are interdependent, we'd better let everyone...